Okay, everybody, welcome back to a little Conjuration exploration under the Ordinator perk overhaul mod. I'm not going to bore you again by going through all the Conjuration perks that I have chosen. I will say that we are about 1.5 Conjuration levels away from getting our ultimate perk up here, March of Oblivion, which will give us a whole bunch of extra summons. We also were exploring the alteration tree, which I think we are also very near to capping off to. After that, we do have some stuff that we can do in destruction. We have some stuff that we can do in restoration and illusion. And then we can just fill out our combat trees, like one-handed, two-handed if we decide to do summon Daedric Battle Axe, and maybe some archery if we get the bound bow. But before we get going here, I wanted to mention something about vampirism. So I remember I said a few episodes ago that I was going to use Pine Moon Cave to gain vampirism. Because this character probably would, because of vampirism's roots in Molag Bal. I decided against that for the time being, mostly because I just want to be able to focus on the perks for right now, before I start finding synergies with vampirism. Also, we were wielding... You have an odd voice. Thank you. Where was I? Oh yeah, at the time we were also wielding Dawnbreaker. We were following Meridia, and that just doesn't feel right. Becoming undead while worshipping a deity that hates the undead. So he probably wouldn't have gone for that right away. Oh yeah, and also I want to disable the KO mechanic as much as possible. That's been a little disruptive. Let's go to MCM. He was NPC knockout overhaul. Yeah, there it is. Let's see what we can do here. Standing, activation, sneaking. No combat revive. There doesn't seem to be a way to actually turn this off, does it? I wish I could just turn this off without having to deactivate it in my mod list. What is this cloak frequency? Now. 2-hour KO time, huh? I wonder if this will effectively turn it off. I hope that doesn't break anything. I actually don't mind my followers being knocked out. We're not actually using any followers right now, we're only using summoned minions. And we've seen the Avenging Wraith get knocked out because I think it's humanoid. I don't think any of the Atronachs are though. Maybe the Dremora are, but yeah, I actually don't mind the follower KOs because they're easy enough to revive or just wait for them to wake up. So we'll see how that works out. I'll go ahead and save. Okay, so there's that. I wanted to take care of that before we got started. So the next thing I wanted to do, I'm looking at my notes here. Let's go ahead and hook up Bound Sword to Okado's recital. A lot of traffic over here, huh? Let's move off the beaten path a little bit here. Okay, so let's go into our magic. We're going to hook up Okado's recital to... let's see, Bound Sword. Okay, so that should be good. So every time we enter combat now, it will automatically summon a bound sword. I did a little testing on that. I don't remember if I recorded it or not, but the bound sword does automatically get placed in your right hand, which I was afraid of because if you dual cast that spell, it gets placed in the left hand, which is really stupid in my opinion. Let's see. We'll go ahead and put flames in there. Anything else? I can't think of anything else. Alright, cool. So I think we're ready to go. So the next thing I think on my agenda here was to do Azura's quest. So that starts with going to Azura's shrine all the way over here, near Winterhold. And we'll go ahead and start that quest. I am anxious to see if I am able to become a worshipper of Azura. We did have a conflict with some mod. I was not able to figure out that conflict, but effectively it made me unable to take on Meridia as a deity that I worship. It looked like there was something conflicted with the statue or the pedestal itself, so I couldn't actually trigger the choice to become a worshipper.
We are children of the twilight, beings who are to be guided from the darkness into the light, and from the light into darkness.
Hello.
Azura has seen your coming, traveler. It was not curiosity, but fate that has led you.
Seen my coming? What do you mean?
Azura has given me the gift of foresight. I had a vision of you walking up the steps to this altar, long before...
Okay, if you don't mind, we probably have all seen this a million times before, so I'm just gonna...
I know it is unexpected. You must go to a fortress. Inside, it is cryptic, I know, but Azura's signs are never wrong. I believe the fortress is referred to Winter.
Okay, I'm just gonna skip through all this, if that's alright. Okay, let's try to activate this and see if Winter Sun takes over for us. Azura does not accept those who have not served her. Okay, so at least that's something there. Now, once we finish this quest, maybe we can take her on. That's good, that's encouraging. Hopefully whatever problem we were having with Meridia is isolated to Meridia. Okay, so now we gotta go down to Winterhold and talk to Nelicar, I believe, in the inn over there. Or in the inn over there. So, let's book it on down there. Oh, I forgot to mention, I also did get my Control Freak for the Xbox One controller. Feels a little more comfortable now. I was able to hike up the sensitivity on it. Get a little more fine-tuned control over everything here, which is great. I think we're a little too zoomed in on Connor's ugly mug here. The Frozen Hearth Inn. I feel like they have more bar wenches than they do actually bar patrons in this place. Alright, I'll save you from this conversation here. He's busy.
I don't deal with any college applicants these days, so my days at the college are long behind me.
Wow, you're tall.
Stay close by.
Okay, well, I'm looking for an elven mage who studies stars.
Who sent you? Was it the college? The Jarl? We agreed there would be no more questions.
A priestess of Azura sent me.
Azura? Gods, it's all finally coming back to haunt me. What do you know?
Well, they are for enchanting, correct?
They are, except the gem is always consumed. They're frail, except for one. Azura's star, a Daedric artifact that allows any number of souls to pass through.
Okay.
Some of us wanted to find
Yada
out.
yada yada.
I was working under Malin Varen.
Get to the point.
Malin wanted to It drove it. Look, I don't care who asked you to find the star, but don't take it back to Azura. The Daedra are evil. They're the reason Malin went
Okay.
insane.
Now we got the next step of the quest here. What time is it? 10:10 p.m. So we're okay. Okay, now we should be going to Ilinalta's Deep, which is way down here in Falkreath. Before we get going in here, let's go ahead and make sure that we have some minions conjured up here. Now I think that now that we have Bound Blade hooked up to Okado's Recital, that will help me consolidate some hotkeys here to whatever destruction spell I'm going to use and conjuring our Flame Atronachs. So that should help. Oh boy. These bigger trees are really killing me right now, aren't they? There we go. We're going to be fighting mages here a lot, so let's go ahead and favorite Sparks, which is... Oh, looks like I never actually learned the spell. I know I bought the book from... was it Sema in Solitude? The general goods trader there. And I still need to favorite it. Here we go. So let's go ahead and hotkey that instead. Where'd it go? There he is. Anybody home? Hello? I feel like Connor's going door to door now, trying to sell magazine subscriptions or something. What happened to my bell? Okay, there's something interesting going on here. If I let Okado's Recital cast my bound sword, seems to... I'm sorry, it seems to unequip whatever I have in my left hand. Which is odd. So let's try that again. I'm gonna reload this because I don't know when we're gonna re-enter combat on a fresh enemy here. I just want to make sure that's reproducible, because if so, that is an issue. So let's oh crap, I gotta do all this crap again, don't I? Should have saved right after that. Okay. There's that. We're gonna hotkey that to 1. Let's quick save here before anything else. So when we enter combat here, okay, so we have Sparks there. That's equipped. In the left hand. Now it's not. Instead, he's doing the same animation as if he had a one-handed sword in his hand. Now, if I switch back to Sparks, in just the left hand, he wants to dual wield it for some reason. Okay. Let's back up. Is that because I had Sparks dual wielded before Bound Blade was autocast? I don't know. Okay. Let's start off with Bound Sword in that hand. So, okay, we have Sparks in the left hand. We have Bound Sword in the right. Try this again. Okay, so it unequipped whatever I had in my left hand again. Well, that's not good, is it? What a pain in the ass. Okay, this is going to take some thinking here. Okay, how are we going to do this? So if I enter combat, Okado's Recital will auto-cast Bound Sword and it will place it in my right hand. But it unequips the spell that I have equipped in my left hand. And then if I re-equip a spell in the left hand, then it dismisses the Bound Sword from my right hand. This is so complicated, right? Okay, let's try going in there with our hands in the armed position. See if that makes any difference. No, it doesn't. Well, that's annoying. So this will work fine for two-handed weapons. So the bound bow and the bound battle axe, but it's not going to work for our bound sword. How annoying, huh? Alright, well, gotta work with what we got. I don't know if there's a way to mod that out. That might be tied to the game engine itself. Alright, so we're gonna have to detach Okado's Recital from Bound Sword. Unfortunately, we just have to. It's so far against our build thus far that it's just not going to work for us. So let's rehook up Stone Flesh here. And I really think that's it. Since we're back to using the Bound Sword, we get Soul Trap for free on anything that we hit with it. But you know, we may as well go ahead and auto-cast Soul Cloak as well. Just because if anything happens to die without us touching it, we'll get the Soul Trap anyway. Okay. So we're just gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way and summon our blade our damn self. Bummer. Nice. And we have our Conjuration increase again already, which is good. What else you guys got in here? Man, I love that fire explosion spell. Okay, let's heal it up. Oh. Anyone else? No? Okay. So let's go ahead and refresh our summons here. Back to the sword, and sparks in the left hand. Okay. And a quick save. Well, you know, that's why we're doing all this stuff, right? To learn about it. The limitations of what we can do with this skill tree and this mod. Although, to be fair, Okado's recital is not part of Ordinator. It is a part of Apocalypse, Magic of Skyrim. Although I wouldn't leave home without that thing either. It's a great mod. It adds a lot to the game. Anything else in here that we missed? No, I don't think so. Let's go ahead and get our bound sword out. Ready for action here. We'll take the potions. We don't need the food or anything. See a skeleton over there. Oh, that makes me laugh every time. So we haven't had any knockout issues yet, have we? I guess that setting that I made in the MCM helped a bit. I like to keep that mod active. I don't like to disable it in the mod order because, or from the mod list, because it gives you some nice options in game. If you can just disable it in the MCM, that's a much better option because you still have the option of turning it back on if an opportunity to use it exists or pops up. Okay, we're very close to our 100 level Conjuration skill now. Let's not let up now. Let's keep our Conjurations fresh here. We can probably get rid of the cat totem out of this favorites menu too to clean it up a bit. What happened there? Interesting. Alright, let's move on. Hello. Oh, that is a lot of fun. Just body parts flying all over the place. Now this is an impressive skill right here, being able to pick a lock with an electricity hand, a shock spell in one hand, and a conjured weapon in the other. Okay, let's clear the place out before we loot it. Arch Necromancer. Potions. Oh, what do we have here? We have some poisons we can use. Damage Magicka? Sure, why not? Vitality. Stamina. We have anything that resists magic. Health fortification, why not? Fortify one-handed. Yep, okay. Alright, just gotta keep switching up the one-handed attacks and the spells, and they'll go down nice and easy. For some reason those skeletons aren't lootable. There we go. Loot and lootable. Whole bunch of spell research stuff in here. The more I learn about spell research, the more excited I am to actually use it. But now is not the time for that. It's not the series. I also can't wait to get a hold of conjure Frost Atronach spell, because these Flame Atronachs are getting a bit annoying, to be honest. They seem very cowardly. They don't want to get in there and mix it up and engage with the enemy, and they're often far away from where the battle is happening, which might affect the buffs that we have going on, and ultimately the synergy that we have worked so hard to establish in our perk choices. But a Frost Atronach is mostly a melee construct. Ooh, what is that? There we go. Let's go ahead and pray to Xerxes and read this enchanting skill book. Enchanting is all the way up at 90 right now. That has been actually leveling up very quickly. And looking into it, there is some pretty cool stuff that we'll be able to do in that skill tree. You know, enchanting is going to be very useful on its own in terms of enchanting jewelry and robes and things like that to give us an edge in combat and to buff the things that we need to buff. But there also is some synergy there with our current playstyle too. With the spell stored playstyle that we're developing here. And we'll get into that a bit later once we're there. But it's looking good, I think. Let's go ahead and reconjure our Atronachs, actually. Bound Sword. And Sparks. Again, such a talent being able to pick a lock while having your hands full. How is he doing it, I wonder? I bet Connor is a tiger in the bedroom, right? With all this hand-free stuff that he's doing. Alright. Something tells me now would be a great time for a quick save. Anything good? I think this is a dead end over here. Alright, this is where we came in at, right? Okay, so let's continue on this way. No need to recast anything because we have not encountered an enemy since we casted these Atronachs in this blade. Mention the star there. Ooh, I like it. It's feeling strong. Are we still only on Adept here? I don't know if I'm ready to go up. Ooh, we're playing on Expert. I don't remember when I put that up. Probably when I was just playing for fun on another profile. But yeah, this is feeling pretty fun and pretty strong at Expert, so that is encouraging for when we do eventually switch over to Legendary to test out just how strong this guy is once we get toward the end of this journey here. We got another skill book here. What's this for? The Doors of Oblivion. I think that is a Conjuration skill book. So that is awesome. That should put us at 100. Which is tempting me to take that now and go ahead and level up and take our ultimate March of Oblivion perk. Why not, right? It's not like we can't use it against the Caller, which is a tough fight with all the... There we go, 102. Very nice, very nice. Oh crap, what is this? This is a temptation, I think? Hermaeus Mora is the Prince of Knowledge and Scrying and the Riddle Unsolvable. follower, eldritch pages may appear on corpses that you kill. I don't know what that means yet. But if you read eldritch pages and bind them into eldritch tomes, and read the books that teach new skills, become my champion at the Summit of Apocrypha. Okay, I wonder if I can reread this book and accept this later. We're going to cancel that for now. I'm going to go ahead and save. Now let's go ahead and reread that book. No, I guess it was a one-time thing, huh? Alright. Well, hopefully we can get back there and redo Old Grimoire. Redo that choice at a later date. I don't have the main quest active through Skyrim Unbound. Can I turn that on? Oh, dragons are on a time delay? I thought I turned those off. Let's go ahead and disable these guys. I'm not ready for those yet. Dragon souls. Non-dragonborn. I thought I turned these all off at the very beginning, didn't I? Non-dragonborn shouts, no. So, yeah, it does look like I can come back in, turn all this on, and start the main quest whenever I want, including the dragonborn stuff. So, if I have to, I can go do the whole Hermaeus Mora Mirax stuff to reassign myself to Hermaeus Mora. But that's cool. I wasn't expecting that. It's nice to be surprised every now and then, and that definitely surprised me. Here we go. Let's go ahead and save now, too, so that we don't get surprised by dragons. Turns out this whole time, Connor could have been Dragonborn. Who knew? I don't think he was able to activate any of the walls, but yeah, no, he wasn't. So, probably not Dragonborn. What else? What else? What else? Is that just a soul gem fragment? Alright. Oh yeah, we were going to take on our ultimate Conjuration perk here, which was March of Oblivion. So now we can summon a whole bunch more minions. And we're at 473 magicka, but I don't know how much actually counts toward this, because remember, in the alteration tree, we took the, it was like alter attributes or something like that, and that gave us an extra 50 magicka to add to our pool. I don't know if that counts toward this. So for every 250 magicka that we have, we can summon one additional minion. So until we get to magicka 500, we can't take 2 additional minions. But we can take 1 additional minion. I wonder if that is cumulative along with the Edge of Oblivion perk that we took that gave us an additional minion. So, if that is cumulative, I should be able to summon a 3rd Atronach. Yeah, alright. But if I summon a 4th, another one goes away. Okay, great. What the hell was that all about? They're just getting angry and casting their flame explosion spell? That's fine. They're peacocking. That's alright. Okay. So let's get back to it, shall we? Man, this is awesome. We just have to keep focusing on increasing our magicka. Once we get to 500, we should be able to summon a 4th one, which is awesome. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to summon a Bound Blade. There we go. Bound Sword and Sparks. I don't know why I keep getting exploded here. Do I briefly when I do certain things, like cast a bound sword spell or something, do I briefly become hostile toward my own minions? And they're hitting me with the spell? I don't know. Let's go ahead and throw down a quick save. The range on the spark spell is actually quite nice. There it is. Alright, we took out that Master Necromancer quite easily. Eminent Conjuration. I think those are better than our current robes, so we'll probably be taking those. Let's check. We are using Major Conjuration. Let's, yeah. Another 3% cost reduction on our Conjuration spells. I will gladly take that. God, you guys are such pussies. Hanging all the way back there. You know, I'm tempted to go around and unlock these just to get to the level progress and get more perks. Why not? Let's do it. Okay, so I'm glad I took the time to do all that because we leveled up again. In this little journey here, I am not going to be lacking for perks that I want to take. So as many as I can get, I will gladly take. Okay, we're increasing Magicka again. I don't think there's anything else that we can take out of Conjuration, so that we'll put a cap on that one now. Not literally, I'm not capping the skill, I'm just, we're not going back to it unless we have to reference something. Where are we at with Alteration? Awesome, we're at 90, which means we can take some other stuff here. And we have 5 perks to use, which is amazing. Alright, we'll go ahead and take Intuitive Magic. I don't know what other apprentice level spells we're going to be casting, but we get those for free now. Arcane Thesis, we need 100 for that. 90 for Nullifier. This is awesome because it has a bunch of synergy with the Void Burn effect that is attached to our bound weapons. So we'll take that. Home Mythal, Dimension Door. Oh yeah, I wanted to play with that too, didn't I? But we can't take that till we're back at Ryek's End. And we want to make sure that we have 2 perks available for that. We talked about this in a previous episode, where I don't really care about the Home Mythal perk itself, but Dimension Door I think is awesome. It's an awesome idea to be able to conjure a door from Oblivion anywhere. And then use Oblivion to sort of shortcut and teleport your way back into your player home. So that's cool. I like that a lot. Let's make sure that we have 2 perks available for that so we can play with that a little later. And I think Destruction is the next perk tree that we're going to be looking at. So let's go ahead and mess around with some of this here. I was able to do some research on this perk tree, and I didn't really see anything deeper down that had any major interesting implications in terms of synergy with Conjuration or even the Alteration Spellsword stuff that we have going on over there. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and focus on these more general perks for each element, and then as a stretch goal we can go through and go a little bit deeper into each one of these. They are useful, by all means they're very useful, but the only effect that they have is by making destruction spells more powerful, which is very useful for this character, but we don't really want to specialize in any element right now, and there are a lot of perks in each one of these 3 trees here. So for the or in the interest of brevity, I suppose I'll probably just stop here and look at other stuff so that this doesn't distract us too much. So we have another 3 perks that we can spend in Merciless Cold and Ionized Path. But we're going to go ahead and keep 2 perks banked for the Home Mythal Dimensional Door perk later on. Okay, let's continue. Now our Spark spell should be a little more... Oh, I died. Good thing I saved. I wonder what killed me, though. I got this confused with the quest for the Mage's College, where you have to retrieve the books. Ilinalta's Deep reminded me a lot of, I think it was Felglow Keep, where you encounter the Caller. So, excuse me, sorry, I get my lore confused a lot while I'm recording, and I'm trying to comment on the gameplay, and also trying to provide interesting gameplay as well. Man, what is he hitting us with? We were able to take on a Master Necromancer no problem before, remember? I think we need to send in our Atronachs before we actually take this guy on. So let's try that. There we go. Let them soften them up for us a little bit. Oh man. Get. He froze me in place. Okay. We need some healing here pretty badly. Regeneration. Potent draft of health. That's what we need. Let's go ahead and hotfix some of these health healing spells here. There we go. How are they doing in there? Okay, wow, that was a tough fight. I don't know why this Master Necromancer was so much stronger than the other one. Maybe he had more, ooh, Synthesis Razor. Maybe he had more skill in destruction. Those ice spells were killing us. And I think, Frost Resistance was one of the resistances that I mistakenly took when I took the Alter Resistances perk earlier on. Okay, I think that the star is just upstairs here. Predator vision, huh? This is interesting too. I think we'll talk about this in the next episode, and we'll give it a shot then too. Not ready to go experimenting with that yet. What was it in here that we were doing? I totally forgot what I was doing. Isn't that amazing? Oh yeah, we needed some water. Little thirsty. Go ahead and eat some food here while we're at it. There we go. Go ahead and save. Is our travel lantern not working? Yeah. Something broke it. I don't know what. Probably one of the reloads that I had to do. Anywho. Loot all the gold. Malin Varen is now a skeleton. So either he succeeded in getting into the star, or he wasted away trying to do it. Nordic Ebony Light Shield. That's a pretty shield, huh? Okay. Malin Varen's Grimoire. And Broken Azura's Star. Well, we're gonna have to fix that, huh? Okay, now this is probably the temptation that pops up here. This is kind of an on-the-fly, switch your deity type thing added by Winter Mist, so you don't actually have to go to whatever shrine is assigned to that deity. It just kind of pops up during certain things. The Hermaeus Mora thing, when I read the Doors to Oblivion, it was a temptation, I believe. So let's read over this. Azura is the Prince of Dusk and Dawn and creator goddess of the Khajiit and Dark Elven people. For followers, nearby foes suffer weakness to magic. That's awesome. That is an amazing synergy with everything else here. The tenets, trap souls in my name. Excellent. We can do that. Explore new locations. We can also do that, except I think all of our new locations are technically discovered now because I toggled all the map markers on, but I don't know. We'll see. It's only a matter of time before we switch to a new Daedric Lord anyway. Pray only at twilight, preferably outside. Dark elves and those skilled in illusion are most deserving of my favor. So this encourages us to take on illusion as well, which actually has some great synergy in it as well. So we'll get there soon, I believe. Let's go ahead and accept Azura. Awesome. Favor to Azura is at 23%. Let's go ahead and pray to her now, just to see if we can get any more favor. Praying to Azura is only effective at midnight, 5 a.m. or 7 p.m. So we got 5 a.m. coming up before too long here. Okay, so let's head back to Nelakar and progress this quest a little further. Fast traveling is encouraged in this style of gameplay, I think. Oh no, we're not going to bring it back to Nelakar, because he wants to turn it into a black soul gem that can trap human souls. But Connor, or any kind of summoner character like this, is probably going to revere the Daedra so much that he doesn't want to desecrate this artifact. So we're going to bring the star back to the shrine instead. Okay, getting closer to the end here. There's still a little bit of scariness left in this quest. You might see me die another few times. I am sorry to interrupt you there. There you go. Here, take it.
I will commune with Azura.
You do that.
Azura, mother of roses, goddess of dusk and dawn, your chosen champion has returned your star. She wishes to speak to you herself. Please, place your hands on the altar, and you will hear her voice.
All right.
Greetings, mortal. You have followed my guidance through the veils of twilight and rescued my star from Malin Varen. But his soul still resides within, protected by his enchantments, Until he is purged, my artifact is useless to you.
Is there any way to cleanse the star?
Eventually, the star will fade back into my realm in oblivion. But I doubt you have the 100 or so years it would take to wait. No, only one option remains. I will send you inside the star. You will banish Malin's soul there. Tell me when you are ready, mortal.
Hot damn, I'm ready now. Let's enter it.
Have faith, mortal. I will be watching over you.
My disciples have sent me a fresh soul. Good. I was getting hungry.
Those robes make you look fat.
There's something different about you.
I think a follower of Azura would be all about fate, right? You can't escape your fate, Malin.
And who are you to challenge me? I have conquered mortality itself. I've spattered the eyes of the Daedric lords. This is my realm now. I've sacrificed too much to let you take it from me.
Wah, wah, wah. Okay, let's go ahead and quick save here. And we have the Dremora coming after us. That's okay. We have our own minions. Oh, can I not cast minions here? Oh, there we go. I don't know what happened to that first one. Turns out these are apprentice level spells, so we get to cast those for free. That is good. As much magicka as we can have in the tank, the better. Healing, healing, healing. Yeah, this isn't going well. Alright. Ooh, we just got a hard crash.
Let you take it from me.
The star is free to purify itself. Don't worry, mortal. I will return you before you are cleansed.
Excellent. Excellent. Let's get all these Daedra hearts that we can first, though. Get me out of here.
My star has been restored, and Malin's soul has been consigned to oblivion. You have done well, mortal.
Thank you.
As was destined, you are free to use my star as you see fit.
Thank you, Lady Azura.
Farewell, mortal. Know that Azura will be guarding over the threads of your fate in the twilight.
Okay. So now we have Azura's star, and we are able to get Grand Souls. We're able to trap Grand Souls into it. Only one at a time, though, so we'll have to use it up quite frequently, which will help with our enchantment synergy here. We also have a follower here, which I think Connor would actually be happy to have along with him in this case. I'm not going to do it just because I'm trying to explore the different summons that we have, but if I were role-playing this character, I would definitely take Aranea along with me. Let's see, what time is it now? It's 1 hour away from being 5 a.m., which is dawn. So let's go ahead and wait that extra hour there, and we're going to go ahead and pray to Azura. The wondrous twilight empowers your prayer. We're only at 23.4%. That will increase with the souls that we trap. And the more that we pray, we just have to remember to do it every dawn and every dusk. Now, what does the shrine do? Blessing of Azura added. Resist magic 10 points for 8 hours. Cure disease 25 points. Alright. So there we go. That's it, I think. Mission accomplished for this episode. I'm excited to follow up with this Azura worshipping thing. That sounds like a lot of fun. What's next? I think next we're going to do the Mage's College, just because we're kind of stunted on the spells that we're able to buy from vendors right now. We're going to have to advance the college quest in order to get access to the master vendors and the master trainers. I don't know if it's a vanilla thing or what, but I can't seem to get anything more than an apprentice level conjuration spell from any of the other spell vendors around in any of the other holds. So we're going to go ahead and do the Mage's College, get access to the higher level spells, and do the ritual spells for the master level spells as well. So looking forward to that, looking forward to trapping some spells, and looking forward to taking some more perks. We don't have a level up just yet. We are still gaining levels in Conjuration, which is helping toward our overall levels. We'll do that next episode. We'll take the Home Mythal perk and the Dimensional Door at Ryek's End at the beginning of the next episode. I'll jot that down so that I remember. And I'm not sure if we have anything left in this tree to take. Rend resistances would be nice. Whenever you attack with the weapon, reduces magic resistance of nearby enemies. And Arcane Thesis to power up one of our spells. Probably one of our destruction spells. We shall see. And then I think we'll be done with Alteration. So we will cap out Alteration after 4 more perks. And I think those are all ready for us. Wait a minute, is that last one a 100 level spell? Yeah, it is. So we got a little ways. But we're getting very close on Alteration. Then we can focus on filling out the rest of these destruction perks, these sort of secondary perks here. And then I think we will look toward Illusion next. We have already gotten started on Restoration, but there is some synergy here with a Conjurer, but not a whole lot. There's one perk here which I think it's called like Under My Wing, which might help us out a little bit. Yeah, all the way up here. But you have to dual cast healing spells on yourself, and I think we have other ways to do that. So we'll probably be focusing on Illusion after we fill out the Destruction secondary perks and the final perks that we want in Alteration. So yeah, there we go. There you have it. I think that does it for this episode. I'll see you next time at Ryek's End and then the Mage's College. Until then, take care of yourself. Bye.